Looks like they're ready, so we're going live on the reset. Excuse me. It looks like the aliens have started in subsector. Probably the best start that you can have on this map. And they're looking to do the same thing that HBZ did when they were aliens, just pushing right up straight into nanogrid. One man standing guard, it looks like, over Sataniac is just standing guard right there, rushing the the gorge right into the gorge egg right into nanogrid, looking to set up their defenses around it. You see mines already being started, protecting against the base rush, which you already saw. They rush shift hive. Looks like they want to get a shift into nanogrid, I would guess, unless they're going to move, excuse me, a shift down into cargo. But you see these Marines coming in. I'm sure they hear the gorge spitting over there, and they see the sys change, so they got to know that they're down. They started in sub-access, and these aliens better get ready to jump them. They're very quickly moving into that back wall, trying to get a best line of sight they can, and it seems to be working so far, but they start to die off. But it looks like they got the majority of the guys down. Floodnator holding off. There is a Marine in alien start just taking out eggs. Very smart play, because this will very quickly egg lock the alien team. He split off from the rest of his teammates and just went in to kill eggs. Very smart, considering if he didn't do it effectively or he timed it wrong, he would have ran into an entire wave spawn, which would have, you know, as good as you are, most people can't kill 5 skulks all at once. So very dangerous play, but it seemed to slow the aliens down pretty effectively, as they're only just now getting out of their base. See 4 Marine push again. You see these skulks coming down this long hallway and just getting shut down. Floodnator getting a couple med packs. See him setting some mines. It's hard to see on this screen here, but he set some mines into the vent so that the skulks can't very easily get behind them. But Nande already looks to be behind them, shooting parasites down that hallway, but he was found. And these Marines are just going to try to get right into cargo. They all turn around all at once to start shooting. But what they're trying to do is get into cargo and completely block off alien access to it. I would assume they don't have phase gates yet, so I don't know if they're quite going to be able to do it. But again, Dreidel rushing right into their base, trying to take out eggs. I would assume try to find this spur, but he doesn't quite know that it's there yet. Again, phase tech not quite started, so they can't lock down cargo like they'd like. But Dreidel keeping them busy over in the overlook tunnel there. So you got some good Marine pressure into their base. You got good Marine pressure into the... There you see the phase tech finally started, so it's about, what, 60 seconds away, I believe. And just once this phase tech goes up, they'll have cargo locked down, and the aliens will have to, if they drop over in pipeline, they'll have to cross the entire map just to get over there. It's just not a great situation for these aliens right now. Yes, they have nanogrid, but if they have to make a trade, I'd trade nanogrid very quickly for a hive spot, because you do need leap, you do need those that second chamber, whatever it is. You really do need 2 hives as aliens. It's very, very hard to function on 1 hive. There you see the phase tech completed, and he does have enough for 2 phase gates, as Dreidel is trying to hold off ZQ as ZQ runs, but he ends up going down. The phase tech phase gate is being constructed by 2 Marines. Depar is trying to cover him. Phase gate is done in cargo, but not up in their own base. And you see Sataniac trying to take out some economy. Just got a wave spawn, it looks like, as these skulks are going to try to rush this phase gate and try to get it down. This will be a major thorn in their side. If they can't clear out cargo, they're going to be in a lot of problems, unless they risk it. They do have 75 res, so what they might do is just throw away throw away some resources into pipeline, try to drop that hive and get them pulled away. Like if you drop it in pipeline, it'll get the Marines to go there at least and get away from your you see the ghost structure. So as long as this ghost structure stays there, the aliens cannot ninja drop that hive. And the way you can pop a ghost structure is you can either assist all the way over there and have the infestation break it, or have a skulk run to it. But it looks like they're sending a Marine up to C12 to stop Sataniac, which is a good play, but his teammates are about to get rushed here. But it doesn't look like it matters. It's shoot to kill just going to work, getting a triple kill there, and getting a couple med packs for his work. So shoot to kill completely shuts down that that alien push. But almost immediately, as I said it, the Marine commander, knowing to drop this, he knows he needs a second tech point, but he knows that the aliens just cannot be allowed to have a second tech point if you want to even have a... Well, not that you won't have a chance to win, but it makes it that much harder. These skulks get carapace or regen, or their higher life forms get carapace or regen, and their second tier abilities like leap or blink and all that stuff. So it makes things a lot more difficult to try to end the alien team. But also it's very hard for Marines to hold, this many positions at once. Even with phase gates, it's very easy to get the Marines to freak and all go into one area, and then something else will just go down. But you can see they're just putting all this pressure on these aliens, forcing them back. ZQ is actually stuck underneath the floor, as there's only one real way out, and he's using it, but it still would have let him into Marines, as two Marines go down there, and this looked like it was welded up. Depar with a great shot on Nande. It looked like Floodinator finished him off, but Depar got the major blast. Depar himself goes down. He's got a shotgun sitting on the floor. You see Armor 1 completed, Weapon 1 started, Welders are done. As the Marines are trying to fall back into this wide open room, get out of these small hallways with all these aliens, it's just a lot easier for them to shoot with these, especially with nothing on the tech point. If there's a hive in this room, normally you can't see right across the room because there's a giant bulb there. But with nothing in the center of the room, they have very good sight lines, especially coming out of here. Looks like Depar is trying to get through that clog wall as these aliens are pushing in, but it looks like, again, shoot to kill just doing a lot of damage to everything. You got ZQ just trying to spit down this phase gate, but he's bailing through the vent system, but shoot to kill is going to follow him in. And a Gorge versus a shotgun is just not going to go well for the Gorge. As you see, Crocodile takes out Floodinator, and Dreidel gets one, but Crocodile takes him down. Somehow this Gorge is holding this Marine off. I'm not quite sure what he's doing because I can't see down there, but it looks like he might have clogged it off and has Hydras in there. So he spent his 9 res to get his Hydras up, but it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. And I'm not too sure he can get back through himself because he is kind of fat. Yeah, you could see their robo factories down here, and they're just going to arc. They're going to use their siege tanks to take out the hive, which is a smart play. It's pretty easy. You don't need a whole tech to do it. I prefer having jetpacks up to do it, but it doesn't really matter. Not quite sure what the aliens have been spending all their team res on, but they had about 80 res a few minutes ago, and I don't see anything that they've spent. Maybe a Fade Egg or something. But with Fade Eggs, with no blink, it's very difficult. Unless they wanted to get Exmo a lurk. It looks like they may have dropped lurk eggs. And you see the ghost structure back down on pipeline. Skulk must have ran across and popped it. This harvester is unconnected. Cysts are regrowing into it. Exmo taking out the mines smartly with his spikes. They have whips. Oh, they did put whips. Yep. Yeah, a lot. It looks like they also have their clog wall on the ground instead of spanning across it. So these whips aren't going to do a whole lot in nanogrid. I mean, it's really the only thing they have at the moment. So it's not looking great for the aliens, but they're trying to do what they can. Again, these hydras over here are just not doing a whole lot. They're back up to 66 resources. And Baby Pickles is over here, but there's nobody in the hive. It looks like Sataniac's in the hive now, and he might just drop Pipeline. Yep, you see it there. So they basically, and all the way across the map, you could see the distance between these two hives as Deparo goes down in their base. You can see the distance, and as soon as this Marine commander tries to re-ghost Pipeline, he's going to know there's a hive there. All it's going to take is one quick scan, and they're just going to have to rush right in there. Baby Pickles is a lurk, but what I'd like to see is him just say screw it and go gorge and try to get it going, because they really do need a second hive. As you see, Floodnator and Shoot to Kill heading over there. Floodnator with a parasite, actually, so the aliens know that he's going that way. As you see, it's almost a race, or it was almost a race to get over there. I don't know what's actually, excuse me, what's going on. What I would try to do is rush the Marine base and get them to beacon, get them the hell away from Pipeline. As you see, 3 Marines just falling in just to try to drop this hive as fast as they can. Baby Pickles can't really do a whole lot to stop them because, while a lurk is good, 3 shotgunners with weapons 3 is just going to kill it very quickly. So I would have tried to rush the Marine base there, force them to beacon, and get all those Marines away. But instead they lose their hive. And now that all those Marines are over here in Pipeline, all those aliens should have been beelining straight here. I didn't even see their, oh, they do have an observatory. It's kind of hidden in the corner. Very well placed. It looks like the aliens are just going to get cleaned up here. These Marines have weapons 2, weapons 3 is on the way, jetpacks are done, so this big room is going to be negated. These aliens are just going to have a very hard time. They haven't had anybody in the command chair for a while because they need all their players on the field, and there's not a whole lot they can do with one hive. They do have their celerity. That's really all they need for right now. It looks like Light is having a little bit of a problem setting his teams, or maybe he's telling somebody how to do it. Let's see if I have a spectator pair as soon as this combat is ended. So you see Depara giving these guys all kinds of headaches, trying to take them out. Jetpacks just make you that much better because it removes one of the major problems Marines have in personal combat, not necessarily overall. Marines seem to move very well overall across the map with phase tech, but with jetpacks it makes you able to cover ground a lot quicker and traverse more difficult stuff instead of letting the aliens be the only ones that can climb walls and all this stuff. So given a choice between an exosuit and a jetpack, I'll take a jetpack all day. I rarely ever get into an exosuit unless it's a dual minigun at the end of the game and I have like 100 resources and I just happen to die. Jetpacks just, they make you that much better. A lot of people are obsessed with being the big bad unit, and having one is good, but when you have like 4 or 5 of them, they're not able to weld each other, and it's just kind of a pain in the ass in a pub. So you'll see the majority of competitive players, like overwhelmingly majority of players go jetpacks because it just increases what you're able to do. As you see, they're dancing around this fade, whereas normally the fade is the one dancing around them. Yeah, and exosuits can't be beaconed or phased. I've actually seen a lot of competitive teams, once the exosuit came out, use it basically as a human turret. It would stay in their base, and the rest of the team would go off and push. And once the rush came, the beacon would actually reinforce the exosuit. So instead of leaving the exosuit stranded, it would basically reinforce it as the exosuit was already taking out a lot of stuff.
Command station under attack.
And I actually like that use of it. And Nande looks like he got the power out, but he can't decide what he wants to attack. I would choose the command chair, try to get your hive going. But it looks like he's trying to take out an offline extractor, which wouldn't be my first choice. It looks like ZQ is trying to take out this phase gate while they're all up in systems waypointing, but he's getting phased on, and he's dead.
Command station taking damage.
And HBZ's been around for a while. This Gra Hunduri, I'm not sure I'm saying it correctly, seems to be one of the newer teams, so obviously there's going to be a discrepancy in teamwork. I know Depara's been around for a while. A lot of these Floodnators been around for a while. So it's, you're seeing more experience versus less experience. It's not that Gra Hunduri is a bad team. They just haven't, I assume they haven't played a lot together, especially in the competitive scene. As the Marines are pushing into the base and they're going straight for that spur, Floodnator making very quick work of it. And Alien's just a little bit too late to respond to it. Pretty good whip placement, actually, just to bounce the grenades back. It's actually slowing the Marines a little bit. I mean, they're not hitting the Marines themselves, so the shotgunner can take them out, but the grenades are getting thrown back at the Marines. So pretty effective use for now, but I would have liked to see them a little bit closer to the door, just so they couldn't be taken out so easily. You see the aliens trying to push them out. Looks like the phase gate went down. I must have missed it. I'm sorry about missing that, but as I was explaining that these guys are newer to the competitive scene, it seems like I am new to the casting scene. I watch a lot of casts, I just haven't done it myself. So, a little work on the camera work, but for the most part. You see Floodnator stuck on what gorge wall with. I'm trying to show you what it looks like. Oh, that's not what I want. Sorry about that. I'll just stick to the overhead view. But basically, there's a gorge wall. He had tried to fly over it and find the weak points between these two whips. And what he's doing is he's cutting the sys out, as there's combat up here. But he's cutting the sys out so that once these whips aren't connected to infestation, they don't work anymore. So that now he can just walk, or he's supposed to be able to walk right up to it. Looks like there might be a little bit of a bug or something there. As Morty takes on 3 aliens and gets a little bit of backup. Might actually get away. Oh, no, he goes down. ZQ getting a lot of good bites on Dreidel as he's in the air. ZQ actually finishing him off. Pretty good kill there against a jetpacker, which is not hard or not easy to do. As you can see, this whip is no longer functioning. It's not connected to infestation, and he can build a phase gate. So he's just chilling next to the whip. He can hug it if he wants to.
Under attack.
Looks like a little alien pressure. I'm pulling away from combat just to show you that very quickly, but the Marines are phasing through, and they're gonna, anytime they take off, they're gonna actually get hit by these whips. What I'd like to see is the alien commander, looks like we don't have one right at the moment, but reconnect the sys chain and get these whips useful again, because they are very good against jetpacks. They'll hit anything in the air as long as it's in the same room. Or at least it used to be that way, but I know they still have a very large range against something on the floor. So you'll see this whip actually attack. And again, the aliens have cleared out pipeline, but they haven't dropped it again. I don't know. They have 160 resources. Why? I don't know why they're waiting to drop this. That would be the first thing I'd be screaming over TeamSpeak or whatever they use. Just drop the bleeping hive, because they have no other choices right now. They have to get this pipeline up. as these Marines are just getting more and more tech, the aliens are pretty much right where they've started since this whole game. I mean, they don't even have celerity now. So celerity was killed. Pipeline isn't dropped. Now you have a Marine, on the way with not a lot of life. So if they had that Skulk go gorge in Pipeline and set up a couple hydras and a clog wall, it would have at least slowed Tapara down and gotten the hive at least building. But it looks like they're going to have a 4 Marine push. Tapara is probably going to kill that hive very, very quickly because there's nobody over there to stop it. And these Marines are just going to line up here and just open fire. As you see, Floodinator split off by himself, so he can actually shoot this way and cover his guys, or shoot up through here or up through here, and that's the game. So very well played by HBZ. Gra Hunduri, if I'm correct about it, they have the potential. They just need to work on getting their kills down and some of the strategies. They're alien commanding. I agree that he should be out of the hive, but you do need someone maintaining control over the map. And so with a little bit of work, they should be